Dear listener, you can click the subscribe button and like the video for new stories. Thank you for your support. One of the coldest nights of the year had blanketed the streets with soft, white snow, creating a serene silence. The golden glow of the streetlights cast a magical aura over the falling snowflakes. Little Chris, bundled up in his thick coat and scarf, was walking in the park with his mother. This simple walk was their favorite winter ritual. But tonight, something would happen that would change Chris's life forever. While Chris crunched through the snow, he noticed a red figure in the corner of the park. The figure was walking slowly towards him. His heart began to race. As it got closer, Chris couldn't believe his eyes. A man with a long white beard, a red cloak, and a big sack in his hand. It was Santa Claus. Santa Claus, Chris whispered to himself. Was this a dream or reality? He rubbed his eyes, but it wasn't a dream. Santa smiled warmly and approached him. "Hello, Chris," Santa said in a soft, gentle voice. Chris was astonished. Santa knew his name. This must be real. "Is it really you?" Chris asked excitedly. "I mean, are you Santa Claus?" Santa chuckled and replied, "Yes, it's me. I noticed you enjoying the snowfall and thought I'd stop by to chat." When Chris held Santa's hand, it felt warm and comforting. "Everyone says you're just a story. But here you are," Chris said, astonished. Santa smiled kindly. "Believing in stories means keeping a bit of magic in your heart, Chris. And your heart is pure and full of belief," he said. They began walking through the park together, and Chris shared his wishes with Santa. Instead of toys or video games, Chris wished for more time with his family. "My mom and dad work so much," Chris said. "I wish we could spend more time together. Also, I need new boots because my old ones make my feet cold." Santa listened intently, nodding with a smile. "Meeting a thoughtful child like you brings me great joy," Santa said. "While most people ask for things for themselves, you're thinking of your family. That makes you very special." As they strolled along the quiet paths, Santa reached into his sack and pulled out a small package. "I'd like you to have this, Chris," Santa said. Chris eagerly took the package and opened it with trembling hands. Inside was a warm, new pair of boots, exactly what he had wished for. "Is this real?" Chris asked, his voice filled with emotion. "Are they really mine?" Santa knelt down to Chris's level and said, "Yes, Chris. But remember, the greatest gifts are the love and kindness we carry in our hearts. You deserve this because you are a caring and thoughtful child. But now, it's your turn to spread that love and kindness in the new year." Chris nodded, his heart swelling with happiness. He looked at his new boots and thanked Santa. But suddenly, a question popped into his mind. "Santa, will I ever see you again?" Santa winked and replied, "Whenever you want to see me, just look into your heart, Chris. I'll always be there." Santa walked Chris back to his mother at the park entrance. When his mother saw Chris's new boots, she looked surprised, but then smiled warmly. Chris excitedly told her everything Santa had said, but when he turned to look back, Santa was gone. Yet, a voice inside Chris told him Santa wasn't far away. From that night on, Chris looked forward to the new year with more excitement than ever. He decided to share Santa's message of love and kindness with his family and friends. That night, he realized Santa wasn't just someone who delivered presents, but a friend who brought hope and love to people's hearts. As the snow continued to fall gently, Chris walked home with his mother, his heart filled with warmth and a smile on his face, cherishing the magical moment he had shared with Santa Claus. Dear listener, you can click the subscribe button and like the video for new stories. Thank you for your support.